Barrel or Nah. So I've got an updated theme song, slightly shorter version.
It's
Barrel.
it's
Barrel.
it's
Barrel.
it's barrel.
It's a hard barrel.
It's barrel.
Hard barrel.
Barrel.
It's a hard barrel.
It's barrel. Or not.
It's a straight barrel.
All right. Our first Barrel or Not, I believe, has come up in the past, but it was years and years ago, and it's worth revisiting because it's only become more and more prevalent in the surf world.
Hey guys, Jules over in San Luis Obispo here, calling in about a barrel or nah. You might have covered this before, I'm not sure, I'm kind of new to the show. So barrel or nah, chains on men, barrel or nah. The wife and I were a little torn apart on this one, and I was kind of hoping to get some input from the grid. All right, love you, bye.
So Stab Magazine actually featured this in an article, and because it was part of Stab in the Dark, they addressed this question with Idolo Ferreira about him wearing gold chains and why we see so many surfers wearing gold chains in the water now, surfing in gold chains. So Barrel or Nah, wearing gold chains.
You know, this one is one of those barrels or not. A surprising number of barrel or nahs are completely, it doesn't matter what culture you're in, where you are in the world, they either are barrel or nah. This one I'm going to have to stamp with directly cultural, where if you are Brazilian and or, you know, South American and or something rather else, where the chain is the ubiquitous part of costume, then how can you say it's not a barrel, right? It would not be a barrel for me to do that. In Southern California, as a white cisgendered man. And so I will say, if you're a white cisgendered man, take your damn chain off before you surf, and or don't wear one, preferably.
Chris Ward does it.
Yeah, no barrel, Chris. Take that thing off.
Kanoa Igarashi.
Definitely take it off. He's not even white, but still take it off.
That's why I threw him out there, is because he doesn't fit South American or...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As South America, there might be a couple other protected groups in there who, and I'm not even going to say it's a barrel for them. I'm just going to say it is not a barrel.
You're going to give them a pass.
I'm going to give them a pass, a cultural pass. Everyone else, no barrel.
Yeah, I'm going full no barrel. I'd be curious to hear what the caller, he said he and his wife were divided. I'm curious who thought it was a good idea.
That's a good question. Does he wear a chain? And wife's like, oh man, she will be the awesomest. I have a feeling that she probably is like, who cares? Let them wear chains. Yeah. Why are you making such a big deal? But if he was putting his chain on to go surf and or wasn't taking it off when he was surfing, and she was like, that's a kooky look. She is a hero.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not for adornment. And also it's so unfunctional. Like it gets in the way of what you're doing in the water. Right. And rings do the same thing. Like you can get away with a watch because it's strapped on, but a ring's liable to slide off. A necklace is certainly liable to slide off. It's expensive. So then you'll feel weird. If you lose it, you'll feel bad. It's just, there's no purpose at all for wearing it.
Unless you're Brazilian.
And you want to get a photo, like maybe in the photo, it's a little more glitzy and that looks radical or something. And those guys are on such a different level that they can kind of add in layers of things like that.
Glitz of peacocking. Yeah.
I guess so.
But I'm going to say, yeah, no barrel. I mean, I think we can be, again, aside from the protected class, no barrel.
Okay. I'm going no barrel full stop, even for those guys. Second one comes in from a longtime commenter on Beach Grit and listener of the show. Came in, I think, via email. He said, "This is Keith from New Jersey," in quotes. He put that in quotes. I was reading the highly annoying interview with Kelly Slater on Stab, which was premised on the new sandals that nobody will buy, but the vows here at the Jersey Shore this summer. But of course, the interview devolved into other areas, except for discussion about his being cut and getting the wild card over Ramsey Bukhayam. I thought it wouldn't get any more absurd than the talk about his lumber refining business, but then it did when the discussion turned to the wave pool. Apparently, his daughter had her bachelorette party in October at Surf Ranch. Apparently, the bachelor party was there too at the same time. But most absurd yet predictable, Kelly was there in attendance at his own daughter and soon-to-be son-in-law's joint bachelor-bachelorette party. I do recall being at bachelor parties back in the day when parents of the groom or the bride were there, and it was always awkward. I do have an issue with this, but maybe I'm just being too hard on the delicate genius goat. Maybe this is a barrel or nah. Going to your own son or daughter's bachelor/bachelorette party? Question mark.
Here we go. Thank you so much. Quote, Keith from New Jersey, end quote. I just read something the other day, popped up, I think as a headline, must have been, that was said 70% of people cheat at their bachelor/bachelorette parties.
What?
That's exactly the look on my face. I said, what is this? So I opened it and quickly started reading, realizing that cheating, just like, quote, Keith from New Jersey, end quote, was cheating, quote, cheating, end quote. It was like, I think had anything to do from like touching somebody to like touching a stripper or something to whatever, like that was all included in the cheating. It was like, but I do believe that the actual cheating, what you or I would consider cheating, intercourse at some level, was like still like 20 or 30%.
That's unbelievable.
It was like ridiculously high. Yeah.
Wow.
All of it's really high. Yep. So in light of that, I would say, I mean, it's weird if your parents are there, I guess, if that's what you're getting up to. At some level, did you have a bachelor party?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could broaden this out to bachelorette parties in general, barrel or not.
That's a good point.
Because I would be inclined to say no on both.
Yeah, I guess specific to this guy's question, Kelly Slater, it's at Surf Ranch. It's almost, he's obliged to make an appearance. All of those attendees are going to want to see and interact with Kelly.
Are they?
I mean, yes.
Are they going to see Kelly
yes, they do.
catch their waves? Because you assume
most of them
they're
probably
all there
don't surf,
surfing, right?
No, they probably don't surf. I mean, the kid's doing it
Why
at Surf Ranch because her dad is Kelly Slater. You know what I mean?
Why in the world would you drive to Lemoore, California for a co-ed bachelorette party and not surf?
Only because your dad's Kelly Slater. And
he was like, yeah, I'll give you a good discount, man. Usually this place rents out for $10,000 per hour.
By the way,
I'll give it to you guys for like $5,000.
I mentioned that it was $55,000 a day, and I got an email saying it's actually $80 during the summer.
Oh, they've $80 during the summer.
They upped it during the summer months, the peak months. But so obviously that's why Kelly's at this one. But in general, parents at a bachelor party or bachelorette party, full no for me.
Yeah.
Number one, if like they don't want you, the kids don't want you there. I think it's weird if you're the adult and you want to be there policing the kids, because by the way, they're not kids, they're adults, they're getting married, and people deserve a certain element of privacy and distance from the parental relationship. And so if they're going to do cocaine, allow them to do cocaine. They don't need you policing them. And kind of beyond that, if they are going to cheat, there's no amount of parenting that you can do to stop somebody from cheating. If they are a cheater and they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat, And so, they're going to feel like they could get away with it at the bachelor party. But guess what? If they're that type of a person, 6 months down the road, when their spouse isn't looking, they're going to do it then as well. And so you're not going to prevent that from happening. If anything, let them identify themselves as a cheater at the bachelor party so that other people in that circle know, and that information can be made public.
In truth also, leaving our bachelor or bachelorette parties valuable in any way, shape, or form. Let's leave that aside. Having the parent there, it's neither the time nor place for any of it. Whether it's like the cleanest of clean, right? Yeah. It's the dudes just getting together, talking story with the dude who's getting married, or, vice versa on the lady side. Like, it's neither the time nor place for a parent to be there. It doesn't matter what's happening.
Totally agree.
So Kelly sticking his turtle foot right where it don't belong. Classic.
Totally. I wonder if he gifted everybody Turtle Moon sandals at the thing.
For sure they had the absolute, if there was anything, the Kelly Slater's cheapness is notorious.
Yeah.
But if there was gift packages, it would have been a discontinued K-Grips, stomp pad, a pair of turtle sandals, and like the outer known shirts that didn't sell.
Exactly. Last year's outer known.
Yeah.
Okay, final barrel or not coming in from, I believe, Puerto Rico. Here we go.
David Lee Scales and Chas Smith. What's bueno? This is Carlos Felipe from Puerto Rico, having fun with the listener line call for the first time. And I thought I'd lead with a Ric Flair style intro that I prepared for Chas. You talking to the Rolex wearing, Tudor hating, private jet flying, limousine and surfboard riding son of the grit. And I know you're having a hard time holding those Gucci loafers down. Woo! Apologies for my voice. I have COVID, so it was a perfect time for my call. Barrel or not, never washing your board shorts and letting them hang dry in your garage. My wife looked at me the other day putting them on and just said the word bungus. Also, I want to chime in on Kuker Curran. Carrying your board fins out. I remember purposefully holding my board this way in homage to the Endless Summer 2 poster, where Pat's aesthetically pleasingly holding his board fins out. Plus, I don't mind getting the wax on me. Sometimes the board's just more accessible this way. Finally, I know it's fun to poke fun at Kelly, kind of the same way as it is to make fun of Laird. I'm thinking comedy genius Sterling Spencer. Let's show Kelly some love and get the David Lee Scales and Kelly Slater interview campaign going. Keep up the bueno work.
All right. Never washing your trunks, your surf trunks.
Thank you so much, Miguel. And Miguel is exactly right. I don't know anybody who considers the ocean not entirely cleansing in and of itself.
Agreed.
Is a wacky person. It's a big bucket of salt water. Salt water is a good thing, people.
Yeah.
It cleanses and purifies. You never have to wash anything that goes in the salt water.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're regularly surfing. Now I get, you're California, for example, you're trunking it for a couple months, 3 months, 4 months, maybe. The warm water time ends, and then that's when you can wash your trunks, right? Like hanging them in the garage when you're not going to surf for, 6 months or whatever in them is weird. But if you live in Puerto Rico and you're regularly paddling out in trunks, never wash them. Never once wash them. Why are you going to waste other like drinking water and soap and stuff on them? No. Absolutely not. Your wife is wrong.
The wife's totally wrong. This is the equivalent to a cast iron pan or a coffee pot. Those surf trunks are seasoned. They're even, they've got wax on them, and so you don't want to wash that wax in the washer. It'll actually contaminate the washer with that film. And so you want them to be seasoned. So they're seasoned. They're stiff in the right places. They have that little bit of waxy grip on them. And they're, furthermore, to your point, is there's no reason. They're not sullied. No. They're not dirty on the interior. So if you're wearing the board shorts out and about around town and sweating in them and stuff like that, of course you wash them. But the interior is fully cleansed by the sea. And so there's no purpose at all. You're only going to defile them by running them through a washing machine.
Amen and amen. They're like denim. You're not supposed to wash denim either.
Yeah.
Miguel.
You've told me that. I don't abide by it, but I hear you.
I mean, you just got to get the right denim.
Yeah, I know.
Then don't wash it.
Yeah.
But anyway, in any case, don't wash your board shorts. Barrel, not to.
Full barrel. Don't wash your board shorts. Go sell your Sprinter van. Do your skin checks. That's our advice.
Live your best life.
Live your best life and surf better.